this wild, messy hair going on for today. It's actually the second day hairdo, and I just pin it up at night and set it free, and I just am stuck with this very wild hair look that my boyfriend actually loves. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a demo and first impressions of these two new products. First one is Urban Decay's All Nighter Foundation. I cannot tell you guys enough how hard it was for me to find a shade. I originally picked up, if you guys follow me on Snapchat, shade 4.5. I did a little bit of research a little bit too late and realized that this foundation oxidizes a lot, and 4.5 really oxidized super pink. It just had a lot of pink undertones. It did not match me at all. I can wear a foundation that does have a pink undertone to it, like the one from Estee Lauder's Double Wear. I believe I'm in the shade Dawn. I'll write it somewhere around the screen for you guys. But my all-time favorite is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation shade 27, and that one is equivalent to MAC terms, MAC NC 30, 35. It will be a great fit for you, and you could also build it up with a little bit of bronzer, warm up your face, and it'll just be a great match when you are self-tanning. So the demo that I'm going to be showing today is for shade 5.0. This one has a strong yellow undertone to it, and when this one oxidizes, as you guys will see, hopefully my camera will pick it up, I look like an Oompa Loompa. I am wearing it right now, and I did run some errands, and I am going to include those shots using my iPhone, but I don't know, I just could not capture the way that this foundation really looks in person. And right now it is so orange. So I know it looks like it's a match for me because I did self-tan. I actually filmed it 2 days in a row, and you guys will see that. I was just going to flat out give up on it, but then I said, you know what, no, I'm going to give it a second shot at this foundation. So I'm going to stop rambling. And I also picked up this new Kat Von D Lock-It Cream Concealer in shade L11 Neutral. So I'll give you guys my overall thoughts on these two products. So let's go ahead and get started with this demo before I start rambling on. Starting off by giving this a really good shake. The only thing I've applied to my face is my SPF, and what I should do is apply a little bit of my translucent powder. So I'm going to use something that is very affordable. This one's from Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade Translucent. This is great for those of us that have oily skin. I like doing this before I apply my foundation because I feel like it really just locks your foundation in place and it gives you that airbrush effect. I also feel like it really controls your oil. Another reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to change any steps from my foundation routine. That way I can see how this works out. You could skip this part, of course. But this one oxidizes maybe a little bit too yellow for me, and I didn't self-tan for this demo, but it's okay. So this is shade 5.0 before it oxidizes. Right now, the way it looks, it's a perfect match for me. And I just pat this on. I can already see it start oxidizing, and you'll see it as we go. I think this would be a really good match if I had self-tanned. The coverage, I would say, is medium to buildable full coverage, because you could still see my beauty mark peeking through. We'll finish this. Let me go grab my headband. Right now I'm thinking that may not have been enough to cover the entire surface of my face. And when I apply my foundations, I just love that effect of full coverage. I do have some breakouts around my chin area. I do have to reach for a little bit more because, as you can see, it's not covering it up. You can see how it's oxidized already on the back of my hand in the previous pump. Oh my goodness, this is oxidizing super orangey. I don't even think that with the self-tan will this be a match. I'm feeling a little bit Oompa Loompa-ish right now. Okay, so for first impressions, color selection was super hard. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I had a hard time finding a color that would match. And the second time around, going back and choosing 5.0, it's just not going to be a match for me. I don't like the color that it's giving off, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up. The brightness, I have it to a standard brightness. I have direct sunlight in my face, but do you guys see that? It's giving off an orange effect, and it's oxidizing. I'm not really liking the coverage on this foundation either. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm just going to wash my face. I feel so orange right now. This is not a good match. Okay, I'm just going to have to wash this off and then give you guys my first impressions thought on this foundation. And so far I could tell you that I did self-tan overnight. And I didn't pay attention because look at how nasty. I wasn't very careful with my hands and the mitt because I got it all over. So please excuse these nasty self-tanned hands. I'm going to pretty much repeat the same step using my Maybelline translucent powder. Okay, the Beauty Blender definitely will give you, for some reason, more of a full coverage effect, even though it's supposed to sheer your products out, but it's better with the Beauty Blender. And it is oxidizing little by little. I haven't set the foundation. It is definitely not my shade. If you guys were standing right in front of me right now, it's noticeable. So hopefully when I set this foundation and I contour and then highlight, it will possibly even out. So here's the beautiful new Lock-It Cream Concealer from Kat Von D. And this is what the packaging looks like. So pretty. Almost resembles the Kylie lipsticks, doesn't it? And when you open it up, this does have a little doe foot applicator. So this is shade L11. L11 is actually a really nice match. Wiping it off my eyelid, it is a little bit tacky. Yes, it's definitely tacky, so you have time to set it with your powder, or if you want to bake, this would probably be a good one to do so. Oh, and then once I finish applying my concealer, I like to run my Beauty Blender where the foundation is just to blend it. Okay, now I'm ready to set my concealer, and I'm just going to use my Chanel translucent powder and this Morphe E49. I can't believe that they discontinued this line, and line is still there. They just changed the bristles, and I actually prefer the way that these look. They look clean and sleek. Concealer looks like now that it has been set. Since this foundation I know is going to oxidize to a darker shade, the only powder I'm using to set this foundation is the translucent powder. I'm going to complete the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts. It's been approximately an hour since I've applied this foundation. That is so gnarly. I have the trash can right there in the background. And let me zoom you guys in. It has stayed put. Considering the color, it's a little bit just orange for my liking, or yellow. There's just something about this foundation. It looks actually beautiful. Honestly, it looks really good, and it does look like it kind of matches me right now because I self-tan, but I'm telling you guys, in person, it looks a little bit orange. You see that? That's where you can see how it is orange. It's orange. You know what? Maybe it's called an all-nighter for a reason. This foundation's probably meant for anybody who goes clubbing. It's meant for clubbing makeup. For the nighttime, not daytime. I think I may have just figured it out because in the sunlight, it's orange. It is super orange. So as you guys seen in my demo, I think I kind of figured it out. This foundation is going to be great for nighttime wear only, not so much in the daytime, unless if you can find a perfect match once it is oxidized. I would highly recommend to pick up some samples of at least 5 different shades before you just purchase it. That way you're not returning it. Now I don't know if I'm going to keep this foundation just simply because I've tried it a couple of times and I've already gone through quite a bit. I love my foundations to be full coverage, but still breathable, and for some reason, considering that the Marc Jacobs foundation is so highly pigmented and super full coverage, you can always shear it out, but it leaves your skin looking so flawless. And this one, I noticed that I had to apply it 2 times. Not only that, but it oxidized to a very orangey tint. So even the 4.5 was too pink for me. The 4.0 was way too light. Overall, this did keep my oil under control, so kudos to that. So if you are partying at nighttime, dinner, what have you, clubbing, I mean, it is called an all-nighter foundation. I can see how this is going to last you all night, considering that I ran a couple of errands. Why am I still holding this up and just waving it? It is super hot outside and the makeup stayed put. I did not retouch up as soon as I came to the house. So I can tell you that this foundation is not going to go anywhere. It didn't settle into my laugh lines when I'm usually laughing or smiling. And it's just, I would say the finish, you know what, I have to give it more credit. After I've set the foundation, it does look pretty. It is a really nice finish. This one, it comes with 1 fluid ounce, but I just feel like I'm going to go through this so much faster than the one from Marc Jacobs. So I would give this one, my personal opinion, I would give it a C+, only because I couldn't find my shade and it oxidizes a lot. As long as it's not Justin who's calling me, I am not answering that phone call. And as for this new concealer from Kat Von D, I absolutely love it. I'm going to give you guys another close-up look at it. The shade L11 is a really good match for everyday use. It's not extremely light to where you really want to highlight all of your highlighting points and really bring forth some light to where it's nighttime appropriate. This is daytime appropriate, this shade L11. I feel like this is a tongue twister. So I will not be returning this. I do highly recommend it. This is my second time applying it and I absolutely love it. So let me zoom you guys in. That's pretty much it for these 2 products and my first impressions. I hope you guys liked this video, and I am so excited that the AC is finally working. I'm not roasting in here anymore. Oh my gosh, but you guys have no idea what we went through with the home warranty people. Not only that, but it took them almost the whole summer basically to get the AC repaired, so we were struggling in this room. And then to top it off, 2 days after we had our AC finally working, our microwave broke down, and then just 3 days ago our refrigerator broke down. I was like, oh my gosh, like my mom says, all that's left is for a cat to lift its leg and pee on us, because we're just having one of those months. And it doesn't translate because it's a Spanish saying, but we have everything fixed, thankfully. We just couldn't believe that it was like a little domino effect, one thing after another. So happy that the AC works. I'm not roasting anymore. I can open the curtains. I could literally wear a sweater if I wanted to right now, but that would be psychotic of me. So thank you guys so much for all of your patience. I just can't thank you guys enough. You guys are all so super sweet. I feel so lucky to have such an amazing YouTube family, because that's what you guys are to me. And to me, it doesn't matter how many subscribers I have on my channel. To be honest with you, I don't even look at that. I've been just lucky with all of you being kind, and that means more to me than anything. So thank you guys so much. Big hugs and kisses, and I will see you guys very soon.